Yeah, first of all, I just want to say how awesome the atmosphere was today. I thought our students were incredible. Right when we first came out, whole whiteout where the students sit. I looked around the crowd right before kickoff just to take it all in. I mean, what an incredible environment. Saw a couple empty seats. About 2 minutes later, I looked back. Man, it was full. Everything was full, and really proud of our home environment. Really proud of playing here at Nippert. And so I just want to make sure you say that the first of all, off the top. So. I'm proud of our team, came out and got a really good win. I think, obviously give a lot of credit to Bowling Green. I think they do a really good job. Those kids in that program always think they belong. They're not intimidated coming into an environment. That we talked about that because of the team that they had last year. And then Coach George and his staff has done a really good job with this team. There was times I thought we looked great today. We were dominant, and then other times, we let them back in the game. They did a really good job of controlling the clock, keeping the ball away from us, dinking and dunking, and the third downs and fourth downs and just continue their drive. I did think our offense did a great job of answering the call at times throughout this game, going down and getting scores and keeping it, within that 3-possession lead. Big questions about us throwing the football. I thought we came out today and threw the ball well. I thought Sorsby threw the ball accurately. Made some big-time throws, and our guys made some great catches and great run after the catch. Golday had another amazing game. He was all over the field today. I think, 14 tackles, had another sack. So really proud of the way he played in particular. Logan Wilson did not play today, so we were out him. So, proud of the guys that stepped up in his place as well. Dante came out of the game. I think Dante will be fine. You're going to reevaluate him. I think he'll be fine. But, again, most of the game he didn't play in the second half, much of it. So you're without Logan, without Dante, two of your captains. And but I was proud of the guys, the way they continue to play and make plays for us down the stretch. Special teams was solid. Fletch had a great game punting. Only punted twice today, averaged 56 yards. So that's flipping the field. That's winning the field position battle. So I was proud of the way the teams played as well, special teams. So, we're all just, hey, this day and age in college football, man, it's great to get a win. So we're excited about it.
The run game, was it just didn't click early and kind of went away from it, or were you really trying to get the passing game on track today?
We're just trying to move the football. If it's run or pass, I mean, quite honestly, last week, our pass wasn't great, so we ran it. Today, the pass was really good, and we threw it. And I think they got some good DBs. Coming into this game, I thought they were very impressive. Number 2, the nickel that covers over the slot, Bong can run. I thought he did a really good job, and their corners were good. So yeah, I think obviously we want to be able to do both. We want to be able to run the football. We want to be able to throw it. I thought we got the running game going there in the second half. Then we fumbled. We had a couple of good runs back to back, and then we cough it up and let them right back in the game. So that's certainly a negative. Did not win the turnover margin again today with the fumble. We did not create any. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought they did a good job defensively. I mean, I really do. I think their linebackers 3 and 4 are really good players. They did a good job of shooting the gaps and really hurt our running game, and then we were able to throw it. So we lean more on that.
You think between now and Kansas, you could settle on one, or are you comfortable going back and forth?
What, as far as offense goes?
Running backs.
Oh, running backs. You're pretty intent on these running back questions, aren't you? Whoever's going to make our plays, that's who we'll play. I mean, I keep saying that. I mean, if somebody stands out and they're like head and shoulders above the other one, that we'd play that guy more. But I don't think there's anybody head and shoulders. I think they in the running back room, they have different strengths that they bring to the table. And, so we're certainly going to be able to have to play all of them.
Was Dante's injury one where if it was maybe a conference game, he would have stayed in? Was this really precautionary?
I don't know. I mean, Aaron was talked to me about it a little bit. It's hard to say. I don't think it's anything major, but I do think it's something. So whether or not you want to have out there, have Dante out there with potentially getting it worse. Is it worth that? To your point, if it's a big time game and everything's on the line, does he play? It's hard to answer that hypothetical, but I think today, obviously more on the precautionary measures. Obviously we're going to need Dante down the stretch.
Big day for Jeff Caldwell today, 5 catches, 109 yards. What was your vantage point of that one-handed catch he had down the sideline where he kind of dominated that drive that led to the score?
Yeah, it was an incredible catch. I thought we threw it too far wide, And then looking at it again, it was a great throw because obviously you want to throw away from the defender toward the sideline. It was an RPO play, and Sorsby read one-on-one coverage, and he won off the line. Great throw to the outside, but the ball was fading out of bounds, man. But he's got great length, and stuck that one hand out and caught it. It was clean too. I mean, it didn't bobble at all. Outstanding play to get us down to the goal line.
Speaking of the wide receivers there, Cyrus Allen has a big day, 2 touchdown grabs. What did you think of his performance and the wide receivers as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking to myself, if we can't throw the ball this week, these guys, I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, they had a great week of practice. I thought Brendan practiced well. The receivers practiced well. They didn't hang their heads because they didn't perform, last week. They worked hard, and it came out, and they made plays. I mean, it was a great throw and catch with Cyrus on the touchdown. On the vertical ball, he gets on top of the defender, and Sorsby, leads him out there, and he went and got it. I thought that was awesome. And then that was a heck of a throw and catch on the goal line with the sprint out. I mean, the guy was undercutting it. Sorsby had to throw it on the line outside, and then, what a great catch Cyrus made on that one. So they've got talent. They've got ability. It's a matter of just going out and proving it, and they were able to do that today. I mean, Goody had a couple of big catches, in runs after the catch, and then Joe Royer obviously had 2 catches and 2 big plays in the game for him.
When you see them moving the ball through the air so well, do you kind of accredit that to Drew Pine being a veteran, talented quarterback, or was that more what you saw?
I think it's got a lot to do with it. I mean, he's seen every defense known to man. He's played a lot of ball, a lot of different places. And you could tell he had poise. He was calm. Nothing rattled him. Even, when we got some pressure on him, he still sat there and made the proper throws. He was doing a really good job of finding the little holes that we had in the defense, and it'd be 2nd and 16, and he'd go get 10 yards. Now it's 3rd and 6, and it's very manageable. So I thought their coaching staff, and I thought he in particular, I thought he did a really good job in finding those little holes in there, not trying to take the home run shots, but just really moving the ball methodically. And when you're doing that, obviously you're occupying the clock, and you're keeping our offense off the field. So I thought he had a really good game plan as far as that goes. And, we got to do a better job of matching coverages. Within those plays of when you have a receiver in your area, we got to get a guy tighter coverage on there. I mean, otherwise, this will happen. It'll continue to happen.
JT, then Aaron.
Wilson didn't play, so James plays. He gets his first start, but you also let a couple other DBs get some reps. How important is that? Moving forward. Absolutely,
yeah. Kyle Stokes got some more reps out there. You have to be able to play these guys early in the season because, obviously when you're getting down the stretch, there's going to be guys getting dinged up, and there's going to have guys have to play. So you don't want that to be the first time. I was proud of Daniel to go out there today and get his first start and made some plays. I thought he played really good in the Nebraska game as well. I think he maybe had 15 or 16 snaps in that game. Played well. So, I think each time they get out there and they get that experience, they get a game experience, and we get to coach off the film. Obviously, if you get a win like this, it's great because now you can come back. Here's what you got to do better. And, those guys gain confidence, I think, the more they get out there and step on the field to play.
Last week, Dylan Raylan goes 33 or 42 for 78%. And then today, give up 29 and 36 for 8%. No turnovers in 2 games. Is there anything you're concerned with yet?
Yeah, that. We got to create some turnovers. We've lost the turnover battle twice, and we got to do a much better job with that. I think the biggest concern is keeping offenses out of the end zone. I thought we did a pretty good job of that until that 3rd quarter, but that goes back to what I was talking about as far as matching receivers in your area. So, if we're zoning it up, but if a receiver runs in there, we have to match that better and not giving those free, easy access throws. That's really what it comes down to 2 weeks in a row. We all know in this league, the quarterbacks we're going to have to play, they're outstanding. And, so we got to do a much better job with that as we move forward to being able to mixing up coverages and closing the gaps in the throw game.
Time of possession, wonky again this week, 37 minutes for Bowling Green. Was it just a mix of lack of execution on 3rd down and then, like you said, Drew, just taking a lot of underneath stuff and a long drive mentality?
Yeah, I think they were just dinking and dunking and finding those little windows and holes. Really, same game plan Nebraska had, really. It's very, very similar. Today they probably hit more big plays on us. They hit the touchdown pass down the sideline and, hit a fade ball. So they hit, that number 7 is a big, tall target, hit a couple throws for him. They did a better job today hitting some more explosive plays, but very similar game plan. That's about the same percentage. Obviously we got to do a better job in the throw game.
Chad, then Neil.
Golday, seeing him come from where he was when he got here, to where he is right now as a coach, is that up there with the most rewarding things you can see? A guy that just goes from all the talent in the world to becoming dominant.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a number one, a great person, and he brings it every day. And the time he got here, how he has grown as a football player, we saw that all last year. He got better and better and better. And now this year, I mean, this is kind of the way we expected him to play. He's going to make a lot of tackles. He's going to be able to get after the quarterback. He's got really good size and speed, and I think he's one of the better players, in the country at linebacker. I mean, a guy that's 6'2.5", 238 pounds can run like he can with the length, because he can cover receivers, but he also can sack the quarterback. I mean, he's got a great skill need to continue to put up the numbers like that, and then get more help from the other guys on that side.
A lot of flip-flopping there on the offensive line. Obviously, Xavier Lozowicki, Ethan Green get some quality snaps today. Was that just early in the season matchup, getting those guys those reps heading into this non-conference?
Yeah, I mean, and it's tough too because you don't get many snaps. Like last week, we had played 5, and the game was so tight that we didn't feel like we could sub as much. We just went in there this week and said, look, we have to get guys in. Like we talked about on defense, you have to get guys in to play. I mean, the only way to get experience is actual play. So. We wanted to do that on the O-line this week as well. And again, it's tough when you only have the ball limited reps. But we still forced ourselves to make those, and we'll go back and coach off those reps. And because we think those guys are really good players. Ethan and Lozowicki, I mean, they just got to get the reps and continue to grow.
Brendan's pretty resilient, but how key was it to get him back in that throw game? This was his best game since Texas Tech.
No, I agree. He was just poised today. And again, we talked about all week, taking what they give us. And if it's a little short throw, take it, because our guys are going to run out. I mean, I think Goody had a hitch, 6-yard hitch, and turned it into 20-some yards today. I mean, that's the kind of stuff, because it opens up other things down the field. And I think when they presented itself, he was able to put the ball down the field, like Joe Royer on the post route right there, Jeff Caldwell on the post route, Cyrus Allen on the vertical route. So it presents itself, put it on there, and I thought he threw the ball really good, and he was poised.
He had that play in the red zone where he kind of scrambled to the line of scrimmage and then took a pretty hard hit. Are you telling him to, hey, throw it away, get down, or is it kind of just that's who he is as a football player?
Yeah, I mean, he's, when you tell him he gets in the red zone, he's aggressive. He wants to get in the end zone or first down. He's got to be smart with that. I mean, because we scored on a Q draw again today, and I think there's a fine line there. Got to be aggressive, but at the same time, get down when you when you have to. I think he's pretty savvy with it, though. But I would like our guys to lean more being aggressive like that. I think that helps your offense. It sets a tone for the rest of the team. He's a big guy, too. He brings a load, and I think he's a hard guy to tackle. But that's just part of his strength as a football player that I don't think we want to take away.
Any other questions for Coach? Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks, guys.